Hello and welcome back to the Rainbow Six Siege Intel Report. I'm Xiaoling, and in this episode we'll be talking about the clipping issues that are currently present in the game. So as you all know, there was an AMA recently where the developers answered a bunch of questions regarding the game. Not all topics were covered, however, and there was one topic I was hoping to get some kind of answer on, but unfortunately it wasn't brought up. Clipping through walls. They made only one reference to this issue, and it was in regard to the kill cam. They said that when players saw themselves sticking through walls, it was the kill cam, and that was not the actual view of the enemy player, and that the enemy player did not see the protruding limbs. So we decided to document the issue. Now I have to say that we tested this with both destructible and non-destructible walls, and the result was the same for both. In the first example, my friend is lying prone on the right hand side of the wall. I am on the left, aiming parallel to the wall. When he starts rotating around to change his position, his legs clearly start clipping through the wall, as you can see in this image. I waited until it happened again and took a few shots. You can see the blood appear as I damage him, and he confirmed that he had actually taken damage. In the second test, we basically reversed roles. I was the one lying prone and rotating while he would be the one to shoot. As you can clearly see, I get shot in my clipping limb and take a fair amount of damage 2 times. Now, while I was rotating, it is not evident to me at all that parts of my body are sticking through the wall. To me, it just looks like my character is flipping around between lying on his back to lying on his stomach. Finally, we did the test again and reversed roles yet again in the same place. Again, you can clearly see my friend's character's legs sticking through the non-destructible wall. It takes a few attempts for me to hit him because the clipping is quite brief, but when I do hit him, you can see the blood splatter on both sides of the wall, and he also took damage. None of these situations was a kill cam, just to be clear, and in all these instances the enemy player was clearly able to see the limbs clipping through the wall. So this shouldn't be happening in any game, and in a game like Siege, where intel is everything and you die just from a few shots, it's absolutely ridiculous that this bug even exists. It leads to situations where the enemy will know your location when you think there is no way that they could possibly have known that. If the clipping is seen while you are behind destructible cover, you're basically dead. Your position is given away and the enemy will just shoot you through the wall. I'm very surprised that this issue wasn't discussed or answered in the AMA, and only the kill cam reference was used as a way of explaining it away. No, it's a bug with the camera, the enemy player didn't actually see that. Well, as you can see, the enemy clearly does see you and can kill you because of it. Having to guess whether or not your body is clipping through walls or object is not something you should have to worry about when playing. I want to add that not only does this happen with walls and when lying prone, in my tips video there is an example of my friend's knees and elbows clipping through one of the concrete blocks while he is crouched behind it on the Hereford map. I have no doubt that if those exposed body parts had been shot, that he would have taken damage as in all the previous examples. I expect there are many other objects with which this issue will occur and be the cause of your position being given away or worse. I would have to assume that they are aware of it, but it concerns me that they've not spoken about it. They have talked about fixing the orange blood issue, yet there was no mention of this far more serious bug. They need to address this, and this needs to be made a high priority. I'm sure many of you guys have wonderful stories regarding this issue. There is almost certainly plenty of footage of this floating around on YouTube. I hope the devs take this seriously and look into it, or at least talk to us about when they are planning on addressing this issue. Anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. I've been Xiaoling. Until next time.